So over the past few months, there hasn't been much in the way of Silksong news. As a big fan of the first game Hollow Knight, this has led me to begin breaking down and analyzing the little bits of info that we have received from the trailer and from other sources like the demo. I've decided to make a video to share some of my theories as I'm bored, stuck at home during this quarantine. So in this video, I decided I am going to analyze and share with you the poem from the trailer titled Farloom's Folly by the conductor Romino. First off, this conductor isn't a character that we've met before, but I believe this is a new bug who is responsible for the transportation of goods in Farloom, hence the title of conductor. However, I'm not exactly sure what he conducts, as we have no real evidence of a train existing in Farloom at the moment. But the poem goes, "They see your beauty, so frail and fine. They see your peace, woven of faith and toil. They forget your heart, bounded in slumber and servitude. When you awake, they shall see your truth, a beast nature bare to all." In the poem, there is a group referred to as they. This group I believe to either be Farloom as a whole, or a group that is currently in power, like the cult or some currently unknown entity. And the yours that are shown in the poem, I see as the Weavers, who we know are going to be vital to the game's story. The first line of the poem can be interpreted as the powers of Farloom recognizing the value of the Weavers and how their ability to produce silk can be utilized and abused for personal gain. The next line refers to peace. This makes me think that there was once a major conflict or war in Farloom's history, and we could assume that it was between the Weavers and the current leading power of Farloom. We could also assume that the Weavers didn't win. The next part of the stanza, woven of faith and toil, further supports the idea that there was a previous conflict. The words faith and toil make it sound as if the leading power currently has something on the Weavers, like a weakness or the curse that we are aware of. My train of thought is that the Weavers were once the leading power of Farloom, but then an outside power arrived and began to take over. It started a conflict between the two, and in order to win, this new power, whether it be the cult or some other entity, cursed the bugs of Farloom to dethrone the Weavers. They then rounded up all the Weavers and forced them to produce silk for the kingdom. The third line is more straightforward. Essentially, the kingdom has forgotten about the Weavers, as they have been locked away and forced into producing silk. We currently don't know the importance of silk, but we do see it everywhere, in spools all around the land, and even when we hit enemies, which makes it seem like the silk is keeping the bugs of Farloom alive, or maybe it's keeping them under the curse. We also see in the demo that when an enemy is attacked, Hornet receives the silk that it drops, and it is used to heal her. The silk doesn't affect her in the form of a curse like the other bugs. This may be due to her training with the Weavers. It could be that she was shown how to properly harness and utilize silk, as demonstrated when she respawns back at a bench, and she uses the silk to repair what looks to be either herself or her tools. The last two stanzas play off each other, with the idea that once the Weavers are freed from their prisons and the curse is broken, they are going to seek revenge on those who stole their land. The last three words, bare to all, however, make me think that there are a few different groups that went against the Weavers. We know of the cult and the ants colony so far, but we don't really know of any other powerful group at the moment. But this could explain why Hornet was captured in the first place. The leaders of Farloom may be sending bugs out to capture and bring back Weavers in order to produce more silk. I'm guessing that the significance of the silk is that the curse is being fueled by it. And as the population of Farloom grows, the amount of silk needed to fuel the curse is rising too. As we see in the demo and in the trailer, when bugs are hit, some of them are releasing silk fibers. The rise in silk needed to control the curse could also explain why there are bugs with silk falling off them that aren't being controlled by the curse, like lace. There just isn't enough silk to keep up with the population of Farloom. I used lace as an example because she gives off the silk fibers, however she seems to be in control of herself. The other important aspect to the game and the curse is the bells. The bells are being forged in order to block out the curse. I'm not sure how, but maybe the sound is able to restore or preserve consciousness. In the trailer, we are shown a clip of Hornet being shown how to play her needle. This could be a way for her to fight off the curse in certain scenarios. So this is my theory and the meaning of the poem. And as we wait for the game to come out, or for any new news, feel free to tell me your theories, and maybe even fill in some of the holes in mine.